Hello, Rotarians and guests. Welcome to the Rotary Club of San Jose and meeting number 5,525. Folks, we're getting ready to get started. Come on in. Yes, thank you. My name is, folks, in the food line. We're going to get started here. My name is Matt Breaker. For those of you who have not met, I have the honor and privilege of leading our meetings in our club for this Rotary year. So we've got a great show for you with our upcoming president as the main attraction. So please settle in if you would. I wanted to start off by saying thank you to today's greeting line, which is our fabulous photography committee led by past President Carl Silker. This is a committee that we all benefit from. You go onto that Flickr account, you see everything our club is up to at our meetings, at our committee events, at our fundraisers, a gala, all sorts of things. They do a great job, so thank you to them. And we have on today's traveling microphones, Aaron and Jacob. Where is Aaron? Is Aaron in the house somewhere? There we go. Hello, Aaron. We've had our introduction, but remind us, name and sponsor if you would.
Aaron Fritz with Kidder Matthews, and my sponsor is Norm Holberg.
Love it, Norm. All right, excellent. Thank you. And Jacob? There we go. Hello, Jacob. Tell us also if you would.
I'm Jacob Liang. I'm with the Boys and Girls Club of Silicon Valley, and my sponsor is Michelle Loxon.
Fabulous, fabulous. Well, thank you for taking on the duties today. Let's go on to guest introductions. If I could get Rotarians with guests to please stand up for introductions, and we'll have the microphones move from this side of the room to that way, and we'll start off with some introductions. Rotarians with guests, please stand up if you would. I'll lead us off. I've got a guest in the house right here in the front row. The fabulous Sid Breaker is in the house, folks. I see Teresa Alvarado right there. Microphone en route.
Good afternoon, President Matt. Teresa Alvarado. My sponsor was Yvonne Montes de Oca. And my guest today is the president of San Jose Water Company, Tanya Moniz-Witten.
Welcome. Fabulous. Okay. Terrific. Here we go. We got Tom. We got Tom Bondi looking for a microphone right over there. Take it away, Tom.
President Matt, I have three guests today. One is Jose Castillo, who Sarju's committee just sent off to the board yesterday or the other day for membership in our club. So welcome to Jose.
Wonderful.
He works with Mark Ritchie Commercial Real Estate.
Terrific.
And,
welcome. Yes, absolutely.
And then my other two guests are Benjamin Trin, who was a ELC alum from March 2026.
Oh, I
right
love
here.
it. I love it.
And his father, Long Trin, who I think is going to submit an application for membership.
Let's
here.
get it done. I like it. Okay, terrific. Thank you. The fabulous Hal Hendrickson right over here.
Hey, President Matt, how are you today?
Doing great.
Great. My sponsor was the fabulous Heather Lerner.
Yes, past President Heather. She's in the house. I saw her somewhere. Where we
And
go.
it's my pleasure to introduce Ben Jordan. He has the distinction of having a brother named Michael Jordan.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Maybe not the same one everyone is
big
thinking
shoes,
of.
literally
Yeah, exactly.
and figuratively. Yes. Well, thank you. Welcome. Terrific. Let's hear it
But he is
up.
a
Yes.
financial advisor with Merrill Lynch and a former president of the Elks Lodge of San Jose.
Wonderful.
And he will become a Red Badge recipient next week.
Music to our ears. Welcome. That is fabulous. We got Nick right over here, right back there, right behind you. Aaron.
Hello, President Matt. Good to be with you all today. I'm very pleased to have my friend and business partner, Carl Hawkins, here. I told you we'd get him here eventually.
We need to close the deal with this guy. I've been working on him for about 2 years, but we'll get it done.
Very pleased to have my daughter, Lila, here.
Oh, fabulous.
Thank you
Welcome.
guys for joining us.
Thank you. Yes. I see Shiloh right over here. We can get her a microphone if we could.
Afternoon. I wanted to introduce my guest. Oh, my sponsor was Rod Dierdon, Sr.
Wonderful.
My guest here today is Dave Beam, retired.
There you go. That's the way to do it. All right. Excellent. Well, welcome. Sarju. Where'd be Jacob right behind to your right?
Thank
There
you.
we go. We got to get
I got it.
Okay, yep.
Hello, President Matt. Sarjun Aran, employment attorney with Hoag Fenton. My sponsor was Gene Serpa. And my guest today for the second time is Brittany Daly of Daly's Drywall. Second time, folks. Application's coming.
I love it. Great news. Okay. Welcome. I think that does it. Well, thank you to all Rotarians who brought the guests and to the guests for coming here today. Great intro to Rotary, and please come back and check us out again. And we're all about service to the community and expanding our social circles. So please check us out, and if you like, submit an application to join. Let's do a little recap of what Rotary's been doing out there. This past weekend, the Lee Weimers Committee had one of their annual events, fundraisers out there at the home of Mike Bora and Nancy Williams. It was just fabulous out in their backyard. We had some food and drinks and some good schmoozing and noshing. Quiz on those words later. And then we had some past recipients out there entertaining us with some fabulous music by piano, by guitar, and by singing. It was a fabulous, wonderful, delightful event. Thank you to that amazing committee, Lee Weimers, which is just incredible, and I look forward to, they announced that next year they're going to be having the Lee Weimers event in the evening, so that is going to be really terrific, and Stephanie Belansky for SC right there leading that committee, doing a fabulous job, so thank you to that wonderful committee. Saturday was a Rotary doubleheader. Later that night, there was a Symphony San Jose event. Robert Massey, I think, was in the house. I saw him somewhere. This was just terrific. Several Rotarians came out there. It was the Symphonic World Cup was the theme. We heard Robert gave a great background on the musical pieces and the history. We were invited to the lounge to enjoy some nice food and treats. Wonderful performances, then a quick little backroom show to us. Several Rotarians out there. It was a terrific event, and that was put on by the Fun and Friendship Committee. Dagmar and Kathleen, thank you so much. So that was also a great event. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I was reading the Jewish news of California, Northern California. How many of you are reading the Jewish news? I didn't suspect. We see some hands out there. I like to see that. So yes, I was reading it as I do, and there was a fabulous article. Silicon Valley's nonprofit documentary will preserve Holocaust survivors' stories about interviewing Holocaust survivors, putting together a documentary. Important work, particularly in the times we're living in. Very valuable. And as I read, there he is, front and center, doing this work, our fabulous Hal Hendrickson right over here. It was a nice spread. I saw him right there with his photo. I was so taken away by the piece, I wasn't really focusing right away. But then, of course, I did look a little closer. Something missing, Hal. I was going to give you a pass, but then I opened up to the next part of the article. There you are on the center of it also. I'm just saying I noticed different shirt, which suggests different day, separate decision to, again, not wear the pin. Yes. Hal, all kidding aside, I want to say you are a fabulous Rotarian. The way you represent our club, the things you do in the community. You were at the Jewish Family Services event. At that event, you do this work here. You do great things for our club. You represent us wonderfully. You're a great Rotarian. But as you know, we have our standards. Is it fair to all? And we've been finding the you-know-what out of folks all year long. So, Hal, do you have an excuse? We need the microphone for this, man. What say you? Was this a conscious decision in the morning, I'm just not going to wear it today, that pin? Or is this an absent-minded thing 2 days in a row? Talk to us, Hal.
Well, obviously, the pictures were two different survivors. This woman here is 101 years old.
Wonderful.
Survived the siege of Leningrad. Has a wonderful story. When the documentary comes out, hopefully next year, I'll remember to wear my pin when we do those. It wasn't a conscious decision. It was obviously an unconscious decision. But I want you to be careful, President Matt, because I am on the debunking committee.
Uh-oh. it may have been a bad decision of you. I'm so sorry.
I may get my turn in a couple of weeks.
All right, yes.
But I'm happy to pay the fine.
Oh, you're so nice. And I will say this also about Hal. You read his emails, and he signs his email with, "Life is just easier if you're happy." What a fabulous motto. Man always has a smile on his face, representing us so well. But what's good for the goose, as they say. Thank you, Hal. Okay, so give it up for Hal Hendrickson, folks. Okay, we got new members coming in, which is great for the club and great for the folks who are joining. So we're going to do a new member introduction. Today we've got Ruben Solorio coming. Where's Ruben? Is he in? Yes, he's make his way up here. As he does, I'll tell you that Ray Castaneda was his sponsor. I spoke to Ray. Unfortunately, he's not going to be here today. For folks that are, for our guests and folks that haven't been here a while, please come on all the way up. Don't be scared. It won't. Biographies for our new members are in the lobby. Please check them out. They're on social media. His was just posted. They're in the bulletin. Great way to know the new member and what they do and some of their interests and activities. We've got some fun facts up here. But as I've said a gazillion times by now, in order to create connections with people, we've been playing this little either-or game. So as I like to say, it's 12:22. It's time for an afternoon stretch. Everybody on your feet. Reminder of how this game works. I'm going to ask an either-or question of Ruben. If you have the same answer, remain standing. If you have a different answer, take a seat, but keep listening because you may have other things in common with him, and we'll see who's got a fair number of things. Are you ready? Ruben, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Step forward, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First, and sometimes we tie it to the first question is, what is your preference? Classic cars or a new electric car? Be careful. Be careful. What is your preference?
Classic car.
Classic cars. I like it. Yes. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Well, how about this? Bocce or bowling?
Bocce. That's just because of my age and it hurts after bowling too long.
I saw in your thing you're a bowler. Though.
I like to bowl, but bocce is in my aging years.
Okay, it's always dangerous when we're getting these. And one more here. Jagger or McCartney? That's Jagger as in Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones, and that's McCartney as in Paul McCartney, the Beatles. Jagger or McCartney?
Jagger.
Jagger, we got a rocker. Okay, I like this number. Folks, if you are still standing, please, at the end of the meeting, find Ruben, introduce yourself. Ask him to sit with you next week. Tell him about the committees you're in, and with that, back up for a nice, warm Rotary welcome, folks.
I just wanted to clarify the favorite song piece is Lowrider it was an intro song because of not necessarily my favorite song of all times, but it's a great pleasure to be here. I'm excited. Feels like I've been around for longer than I should have been with our late beloved Father Peter Pabst, coming with him a few times as well. But it's long overdue, and I'm really proud to be a Red Badger and looking forward to more opportunities to be able to serve. And I'm just down the street at CET, Center for Employment Training on Vine. It's the old Woodrow Wilson School. Many of you said, oh, I went to that school. It's over 100 years old. I don't think any of you are. But really proud to have that Sobrato campus just down the street and trying to make it available more to all of you. And we have an old theater that's available to you if you'd like to use, and an old banquet hall. And we just want to make it more readily available to all of us. So especially to your meetings, right? Your committee meetings. We'd love to have you. We have 6 conference rooms that we want to make available to you as well. You guys take care. Have a great day.
Well, thank you, Ruben. So glad you're here officially. And thank you to Ray for the sponsorship. That is great. Okay. So we have the Red Badgers, the new members join, they become Red Badgers, serve for a year on that committee, get to know the club. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we've got the Blue Badge presentations, folks who are now been in the club for 1 year and will be given their official Blue Badge to wear at the meetings and turn in the Red Badge, and we've got several of those here today. So make your way up here if you would. First, we've got Jean Cohen. Is she in the house? Jean? Did I see Jean? Oh, maybe not. Trish Dorsey. Trish is here. There we go. Come on up, folks. We'll give you... Come on. Folks, come on all the way up. I'm going to swap out. Here we go. Okay. Jean, here we go. You can take that. Why don't you stand there for a photo when you're done? Okay. Jean Cohen, show some love, folks. Trish Dorsey. Here we go. Right over here. Stephanie. Oh, fabulous. Here's Stephanie Ligsay. Yes. Thank you. Okay, then we've got Lisa Pesso, whom we'll hear in a little bit. Show some love to Lisa, folks. You do. You're official here. You're in for life. Okay, I see. Carolyn is here. Carolyn Wallace, come on up. Swap this out. there. And we've got Margaret Tamasea right over here. Come on over. Let's swap this up there. I'll take that one. And, okay, there you go. We'll get a quick little photo of you. Okay, to you guys. I'm hopping in. Talk amongst yourselves. Why not? Girl power. I love it. Let's do it. All right. Thank you. Yeah, give it up for some Blue Badgers, folks. Okay, Lisa, stick by. Here we go. Okay, and as I think everyone who's in Rotary knows, and for folks who are guests, when you're in the Red Badge Committee for a year, the part of being on that committee is twice during the year they come up with and they execute a service project in our community. Great bonding, great service, double whammy there. And we're going to hear about the Red Badge Spring Project now from Lisa Pesto. Here we go.
I can buy my own drinks, I can pay my own tab, and at the end
Do you know that song?
when they cut on all
Oh, of course it does. I can buy my own drink. It seemed appropriate. Show some love to Lisa
Absolutely.
here.
Thank you so much. Well, I've already started off, my speech is already incorrect because it says, my name is Lisa Pesta and I'm a Red Badger, but I just got promoted. So, thank you. Do I need it?
I don't know.
I think it goes by itself. So. My sponsor is Arthur Weisbrot. So Arthur, thank you so much for sponsoring me. I made you proud. I made it 1 year. Jonathan Padilla and I co-chaired the 2026 Red Badge Spring Project. And even though it was in June, it was still technically spring. And we made some improvements at the 10 Kirk Veterans Housing Community in San Jose. The project was more than just the landscaping and the cleanup. It was about honoring those who have served our country and showing them their community support. The Red Badge Committee came together to help create a safer, more welcoming, and more beautiful place that they proudly can call home. With the generous donation of $1,000 from the Military Care Committee and the incredible support of the volunteers, we were able to focus on meaningful improvements throughout the property. From pruning roses and weeding to planting flowers, refreshing common areas, and beautifying the entrance, every effort helped make a visible impact. Hopefully you'll be able to see some of the progress on the photos behind me. Jose Palencia, also removed 6 years worth of COVID tape on the ground. For about 3 hours, he scrubbed at this tape and got it all removed. Steve Preminger, who's not even a Red Badger, but heard about the project and said, can I join you? He came, worked incredibly hard, tore down 3 dilapidated picnic benches. You may have seen those. They're now gone and clear and free. And John Franco, also a Red Badger, completely stripped down and repainted a very rusty metal bench that now the vets can sit down and enjoy sitting outside. So this project did not go without one faux pas, and that could have been a terrible thing, could have ruined the whole project. When we toured the space, the non-landscaper and me estimated we would need about 15 bags of mulch. And Jonathan agreed with me. And so did Megan Tinisketter. She was there too. But Dora Padilla, who also visited the site, said, Lisa, I think we should double that. So we did. Lynn Burley, one of the Red Badgers, stepped up and said, I will pick up the mulch. And luckily, she and her person, who now we call the mulch man, brought their truck because we needed 2 more Home Depot runs, and we used 95 bags of mulch. Don't ask me to be on a landscaping project unless you just want manual labor, because I'm good at that. So to everyone who volunteered, donated, organized, or simply showed up ready to help, thank you. Your efforts demonstrated that small acts of service, when done together, can make a tremendous difference. Jonathan and I especially want to thank Dora Padilla, Lynn Burley, Janice Berthold, Robert Ferrari, Noel Rabago, Boysenberg, Peter Waite, Jose Palencia, Uday Chowdhury, Kathy Sutherland, John Franco, Jenny Altware, and Steve Preminger for their service today, or that Saturday. What makes this project special is the spirit behind it. The spirit of community, teamwork, and gratitude is what truly transforms projects like this into something lasting. I encourage all Red Badgers to get involved in committees, participate in your Red Badge meetings and events. This is how you will meet people and create memories. So thank you very much.
Great message, great project. That's just terrific. Okay, it's time to share some good news, folks. It's our last Ring the Bell of this Rotary year. Opportunity for folks to stand up, ring the bell, share some good news. We'll get the traveling mics to you. I'm actually going to start things off today. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times, folks. First, I'm ringing the bell for past President Karen Sinanutari, who this year served as past presidential advisor on the board and was nothing short of fabulous. I said it at the beginning of the year. If it was a great idea, it was either hers or she made it better. She was stupendous. She's been a fabulous friend. She's a great Rotarian. Past President Karen Sinanutari, that's one. Next, right next to her, standing up there, is our foundation president, Audrey Fox, who I think you now know is also my sister. And I just want to say what an absolute pleasure and delight it was to be able to serve as the club president alongside your sister as the foundation president when there was a lot of things going on, so a lot of collaboration. It was special. It was terrific. So thank you for your great leadership and for being a great sister. There we go. And where's President-elect Tim? He's right here in the front row checking his notes. Time's coming soon, Tim. Tim, I'm excited for your year. You're just a fabulous Rotarian. More on you in a moment here, but I just wanted to ring the bell in honor of a great year ahead of you. So 3 rings for those folks. We'll take it away here. We got Sean right over here. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
President Matt. So my son passed away a few years ago, and his girlfriend got remarried, or he was going to ask her to marry him. So she got married. She is now pregnant and expecting in August, and she reached out to my wife and I and asked us to be grandparents.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
So thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful ring. Thank you, Sean. Clarence Down right here.
President Matt, I would like to ring the bell 5 times for you for the fabulous year you had as a Rotary president.
Much, Clarence.
Meetings were well organized, super fun, enthusiastic. I can't thank you enough. A round of applause.
You're
for Matt.
fabulous, Clarence. I love it. Here we go. Take it away.
It hasn't been formally announced yet, but a little birdie called me yesterday, and I was happy to be informed that my company, Sagason Technologies, is listed as a top 501 managed service provider on the planet for the 11th year.
Wow, Mazel tov. Fabulous news. I love it. Thank you for sharing that great news. Past President Brian Adams.
President Matt, I want to ring the bell in gratitude for your year and your goodness. I want to ring the bell for President-elect Tim and his goodness, and we know it's going to be a fabulous year. And this time of year gets me reflecting that it was 10 years ago that I was wrapping up my term as president. And I know during that year for the club members, it felt like 10 years during that year. So, and as you know, being president is a great privilege of this club. So, how about 10 rings?
Oh my God, past president. Fabulous. Past president, you were president the year I was a Red Badge. Great year. So, and thank you for all your help and support this year. Wonderful. Here we go. Hello.
Hi, I'd like to ring the bell 2 times. The first one because my Idle Time 2023 Red Blood Vintage won a gold, 94 points. We call it Drop the Mic because that is the last one, so come over and get it. And tomorrow, I'd like to ring the bell again because tomorrow is our pop-up. We always have a pop-up the second Thursday where you can come over and get some wine. A bunch of small vendors are there. And again, we have a beautiful little FIFA World Cup thing if you'd like to come over and get it. Want a chance to get a nice FIFA World Cup thing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. 2 rings. Michael McKay's in the house.
President Matt, Michael Mulcahy. Yesterday, the city of San Jose passed its budget. I want to recognize our fellow Rotarian Vice Mayor Foley for having been through it 8 times. And so a ring of the bell for Councilmember Vice Mayor Foley.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Terrific.
I'm looking at you like.
We've got Emily, or where are we going over here? Here, oh, Steve
Buddy.
Ellenberg in the
All
house.
right,
Yes.
so I'll ring the. I'm gonna ring the bell 10 times.
This is the way we roll, folks. Loving it.
I'm not going to divide it up, but for Susan, re-elected again, there were 166 write-in votes. I am looking for every one of those people that didn't vote for her. So if you have any insight, let me know. I'm checking every precinct. David Cohn, fabulous race for Senate. What are you going to do when you got Palantir against you? And Tim Gill, looking forward to a great year. And first time on the debunking committee. Matt's done a great job, but most of this is to get some kind of grant of immunity for me.
Oh, I look forward to it. Thank you. Fabulous. Emily back here.
Hi, y'all. Monthly.
We love it. It's just fabulous.
Monthly edition. Emily Robin here. My sponsors are Steve Borkenhagen and Mike Conniff. I'm ringing the bell one time to invite you all to the fundraiser that Matt and I are having on Saturday, June 27th. It's to benefit Rancho Robin Rescues, our farm animal sanctuary. It's at Narrative Fermentations, which is a local brewery, sort of an open, cash, drop-in anytime from 3 to 9 p.m. on that Saturday. Family-friendly, animal-friendly. You can come snuggle with some roosters and some other of our ambassador animals.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Emily, I've said it to you before. Every time you ring the bell, it's just fabulous. Karen Frocks, right up front. Take it away.
President Matt, I'd like to ring the bell once for you. Fabulous job this year, and
Thank
for
you.
not finding me.
Well,
And-
we're not done yet, but go ahead.
And also for our president-elect, Tim Gill. I'd like to celebrate him with one ring. You're going to do a fabulous job as well, and we are so lucky to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Where are we going? We got past President Carl back behind you, Jacob, over there. Here we go. Okay. David, take it away.
Hi, it's summer's here, and so I want to ring the bell to invite you to join us on San Jose's only coastline up in Alviso this Saturday. This is a reminder about the beautiful Alviso, but also an invitation. Saturday is opening day on the South Bay. Come to the South Bay Yacht Club. We will be out on the water doing a boat parade and rubber ducky race between 9 and noon on Saturday, June 13th.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, yes. Foundation President Audrey Fox, right here.
President Matt Breaker, I'm gonna miss having you at this podium. I'm gonna ring the bell 2 times. The first, you beat me to it, is in honor of your presidency. Your leadership has been phenomenal, and I personally it's been such a treat for me to work so closely with you throughout the year. And just as a sibling, it's just a really extraordinary experience. And my second ring is for the newest addition to our family, who made us first-time grandparents, Eleanor Hazel Fox.
Love it. Mazel tov. That is great. Thank you so much. Very nice. Thank you so much. Deanna Prasad, take it away.
Hi, President Matt. I'd like to ring the bell 2 times for the Neurodiversity Committee and my 2 favorite people on the committee, Mr. Robert Ferrari, who's going to become the next chair in a year, and for Trish Dorsey, who just got her blue badge today, and today is also her last day because she's moving to San Diego. And she gave her facility of Goodwill for free for a neurodiversity event. So I wanted to honor Trish Dorsey.
Yes, we will miss you, but thank you, Deanna.
President
Dave
Matt,
Peterson.
thank you. My sponsor, Carl Silker. I just want to ring the bell one time. My oldest son was married this last Saturday, so in his honor.
Mazel tov. Wonderful news. We've got, do we have a microphone over here? Past Carl Salas.
Oh, I got 3 rings. Let's see, the first one. So the San Jose Police Foundation has their annual awards coming up in September, and a number of you will be getting, save the date from me. It's fabulous what our cops do for us. We don't even know, and at the awards you see people, these police and behind-the-scenes people who are doing extraordinary things like a block away from us right now, just extraordinary things. So I hope some of you will join us. I don't have a date, but it should be in my mind. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm on the Police Foundation board, the best board I've ever been on, and I'm sitting out with Sean, and Sean, this ring is just for what just happened to you. That's fabulous. I'm
It is
so happy.
fabulous,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. And then lastly, David Cohen, after you get done with David's thing at noon, for the first time ever, we're going to have free kayaking on the river downtown this Saturday from 1:30 till 4. There's a bunch of renegades. It's not sanctioned by anyone, but there's a bunch of renegades down there going to be there with 7 kayaks. If you want to try it out, come on down.
Oh, that's fabulous. Thank you. Terrific. Dan Orloff.
Thank you, Matt. My sponsor was Jim Zuer. One ring for council members Mulcahy, Cohen, Vice Mayor Foley for joining in a unanimous vote that will keep the California room at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library.
Yeah.
And without that room, San Jose Rocks would have never discovered the house where Grateful Dead first performed on that night.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Nick, right there.
Thank you, President Matt. My sponsor is Kelly Dipple.
Love Kelly.
I'd like to ring the bell once for my daughter Lila. It brings me so much joy that you're here with me today, and she's also interning for us this summer. I couldn't be more proud of you, honey.
Oh, fabulous. So glad you're here.
Also want to ring the bell for my business partner, Carl Hawkins. Just a great friend, mentor, partner. We're luckily and thankfully in contract to purchase 2 new agencies. So a lot of extra work on both of us, but he does it with class every day. And proud to call you a friend.
And me too, absolutely. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Jose, right over here.
Hi, I'm Jose. My sponsor was Ginger. I'm going to ring the bell 5 times for 5
Love
amazing
it.
things that I got to be a part of, including this club. To Matt, great job. Always a good time. To soon-to-be Tim, president. To the Mulcahy's, good job. Michael, Studio 54, if you guys weren't there, it was a good time. And then to the Red Badgers, because what we do is awesome. And then to my friend Vinny, who now is my business partner because we just added branding to JMBE, so he is now a branding expert as well. So I'm going to ring the bell 5 times.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you all.
Can I
Leslie,
sneak in for a quick 3?
Of course.
You,
thank
Audrey,
you.
and Tim.
Oh, that is so nice. Thank you. Absolute delight. Yes. As we know, I think, folks, the money that you raise when ringing the bell goes to the endowment. Audrey's lipping it to me because mouthing it to me because I get this wrong half the time. So the endowment, which turns around and comes back into the community by way of committees and community grants. So by sharing good, you're doing good. So thank you all for ringing that bell and sharing that great news today. Okay, Whiskey in the Park on Father's Day. Okay, very good. Thank you, Jose. Okay, some quick announcements before we get to the main event. We've got a Flag Day bike riding event led by our new committee on June 14th at 8 a.m. starting in Palmore Park. Here's the QR code to sign up for that. You can also find it online. Please do. We've been doing our monthly happy hours, and on June 18th at 5 p.m. we're meeting at Strata. Opportunity to mix, mingle, make connections. I've been going to these. They are a great time to catch up with people I haven't seen in a while and meet and mingle some new folks. So I encourage you all to come out for that. And of course, July 4th is the Rose, White, and Blue Parade. We will be marching as we always do, walking alongside President-elect, then President Tim. Sign up, come on out there. It's going to be a great time, beautiful day, celebrating freedom. So please come on out to that and sign up. And later that day, we have, as we often do, 4th of July fireworks celebration at the San Jose Giants. We get a special area, get a little easy access to food. It's a great night, ends with the fireworks, so QR code up for that as well. Please sign up for that. I will be there as well. Hope to see you. Next week is all about downtown, and our keynote speaker is going to be Aaron Salazar. It's going to be great, talking about empowering Santa Clara County's working artists and public art and things of that nature. We've got a whole program centered around downtown. It's going to be terrific. And it's time now for the main event, folks. President-elect Tim Gill. Now, before he comes on up here, just a quick word about Tim. Tim was one of the first people, no humor, we're going to be serious for 30 seconds here. Tim was one of the first people I met in the club, 11 years ago. And to me, he personifies everything that is great about our club. He is kind, he is generous, and he is fun. I'm looking forward to a great year with him. It's going to be a fabulous year. I know he's put a lot of effort into planning the year ahead, and I'm looking forward to hearing his personal. And I was thinking about walk-up music for him, and I was thinking, well, what's he feeling right now? He's feeling the same thing every other future president has felt in the waning 2 weeks before. Then I was thinking he does have a good sense of humor. Suddenly, it all came into mind for me. Bring it on, Tim Gill. Show some love to Tim. That's Pressure by Queen.
Matt, you are too funny. About a half hour ago, after Matt had started the meeting, I had to use the restroom. And I'm walking through the lobby, and past President Jay Ross locked the doors on me and practically tackled me. Yeah, yes, I'm nervous, but not that nervous. So, good afternoon. When I first joined the Rotary Club of San Jose, I never imagined one day I'd be standing here as your incoming president. Like many of you, I walked into my first meeting simply to meet some nice people and find a meaningful way to serve. What I found was a community that challenged me, inspired me, and before I knew it, became a defining part of my life. Today, as I begin this new role, I want to share a bit about the journey that brought me here and the experiences that shaped the person standing before you. But first, I want to thank my sponsor, David Down, who introduced me to Rotary. David joined the Rotary Club in 1952, and he still watches all of the meetings on YouTube or Zoom. My background. My parents are from Akron, Ohio. My parents got together when my mom asked my dad to a Sadie Hawkins dance at St. Vincent's High School, which is the same high school basketball player LeBron James attended. My dad, he served as a gunner. My dad is a gunner on a B-17 in World War II. Here he is with his buddies at Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn, New York. My dad's in the back row, third from the left. My parents got married when they were 21 and 20. My dad was already pretty much bald. And to me, it looked like he was 40. I guess I'd take after him. My siblings, my older brother took me surfing, practiced baseball and football with me, served as a mentor, and later became the superintendent of schools in the Antioch School District. My older sister became a high school teacher, my younger sister a nurse. There was an 11-year age difference between the youngest and oldest siblings, so my younger sister and I pretty much grew up together. Here's a picture of me at my cousin's wedding. I think I'm about 6 years old. My childhood. I grew up in La Mesa, which is a suburb of San Diego. We lived on a cul-de-sac with 12 homes. There was at least 3 to 4 kids in each household. We played touch football, baseball, hide and seek, kick the can. The world was as big as we could ride our bicycles to. We just had to be home for dinner. After dinner in the summer, we were back in the streets playing until it got dark. Rotarian Brad Benning lived up the street from us. His younger sister, the actress Annette Benning. Our streets and his street had many a touch football games against each other. Rotarian Mark McKenna's middle school math teacher, Mr. Olson, was our next door neighbor. What a small world. Practice of our Catholic faith. We went to Mass every Sunday, even on vacation. I went to a parochial grade school and high school. When I was an adult, my mom told me that she had prayed for me every day, and when I had a particularly difficult challenge, she prayed what is called a 9-day novena prayer. This is something only the Catholics know. Here's St. Timothy receiving his first communion. Youth sports. I played Little League baseball, Pony League baseball, Pop Warner football. Great lessons in teamwork, friendship, and camaraderie. Here's a picture of my Little League All-Star team. I'm on the first row, first on the left. This is the Fletcher Hills Little League little trivia. They were the 1961 Little League World Series champions. I wasn't on that team. I'm not that old. Here's a picture of one of my Pop Warner football teams. I'm on the second row, third from the left. We had spending time together as family. We always had a big breakfast after Mass. We had big Sunday dinners with family. We had family outings. In the summer, it was usually a day at the beach. We went camping, fishing. Here's a picture of me after a very successful day of fishing. This is obviously not a Rotary fishing event. Sorry, fishing committee. We had lots of chores and discipline. Every Saturday morning, we had to clean the entire house. Then we had inspection. It wasn't quite like The Sound of Music. My mom didn't blow a whistle, and we didn't have to stand at attention, but it kind of had that military feel to it. When we passed inspection, then we got to go out and do yard work. Discipline. My parents were strict, but merciful. When I was a kid, I was mouthing off about something. My mom said, "You keep that up, you smart-mouthed little snip, and you're going to be on restriction for a week." I said, "Good. Okay, you just got yourself a week." "Fine." Well, another week. Well, this went on until I was on restriction for the entire summer. When you're a kid, summer seemed to last forever, so this was essentially a life sentence. Thankfully and mercifully, after a week, my sentence was commuted to time served. There was no corporal punishment in our family, but to get our attention, my mom could do a really good arm squeeze or ear pull. That might explain why my ears kind of stick out today. High school. I'm a November birthday. So when I started high school, I was 13. I was 4 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 85 pounds. As I mentioned earlier, our family went to the beach a lot. Well, I was always getting sand kicked in my face. I saw this ad in the back of a comic book. It said if you take this special protein powder and lifted a little bit of weights, you could look like the guy in the ad. Well, I thought that sounded pretty good. So I purchased a year's supply of what I thought was just a protein supplement. After a year, I'd look like this. Well, my parents told me I had to stop taking the supplement as it may damage my liver and kidneys. Unfortunately, I shrank back to my previous self. Because I was not very big, wrestling was about the only sport I could do because there are weight classes. As a sophomore, to make varsity, I had to lose about 10 pounds each week to make a weight for my particular weight class. To accomplish this, starting after Sunday night dinner, I would make myself throw up. And then I essentially did not eat or drink anything for the rest of the week. Also at wrestling practice, I wear several layers of nylon sweats, and in the wrestling room, we turn up the heat really high. Here's a picture of me wrestling in high school. Here's Surfer Tim. And here's long hair Tim. The first major challenge of my life was trying to make it on my own at age 17. A few days after I graduated from high school, age 17, my parents said, "We're moving to San Jose." There's no way I was going to move to San Jose. I hardly knew where San Jose was. I wanted to stay in San Diego, go to college, surf, and hang out with my friends. I made several mistakes. I had no car. I was a full-time college student with a 7:40 a.m. class, riding my bicycle 41 miles a day to Grossmont Community College and to my 2 part-time jobs as a dishwasher. I usually got off work at 11 or 12 at night, and selling air conditioning. I never asked my parents for money. After several months of this, I was exhausted, poor, and hungry. Every morning, I rode my bicycle past this Marine Corps recruiting billboard on my 13-mile ride to school. I was really struggling. I felt the whole world weight on my shoulders. But I did not want to move back home and was determined to make it on my own. I thought joining the military would give me an opportunity to be independent from my parents. So I decided to enlist. But I had to get written permission from my parents as I was still only 17. My decision was not easy for my family. A few years later, my mom told me that my younger sister, Terry, and she cried all the way on the drive from San Diego to San Jose. Second major challenge in my life was serving in the Marine Corps. I call it the Great Rude Awakening, turning as a civilian into a soldier. Several things happened within the first few days. Get your head shaved and a 10-second haircut. And then I made 2 mistakes. First mistake, I made eye contact with the drill instructor. Immediately, He and two other drill instructors are in my face, yelling and barking and spraying spittle in my face. Are you eye blinking me, Private? Sir, no, sir. I can't hear you. Sir, no, sir. Second mistake. Drill instructor, I request permission to make a head call, sir. I? You're not an I, you were a private in the United States Marine Corps. Are you here to blank up my Marine Corps, Private? Sir, no, sir. Down and give me 30 push-ups. Loyalty, sir. Discipline, sir. Loyalty, sir. Discipline, sir. For some reason, the drill instructors were not as kind and merciful as my parents. Lest you think I was a total screw-up, everyone got treated this way. It's part of the training process to turn a slimy civilian into a soldier. Here's me as a picture, having just turned 18 a few months earlier. After boot camp, my typical day as a Marine, my military occupational specialty was clerk typist. I worked at battalion headquarters. The lieutenant I worked for some reason, got a big kick out of calling me radar. At night, I took college courses on base in local community colleges. My time in the Marine Corps shaped my character in many positive ways, instilling in me a deep sense of discipline, camaraderie, and resilience. College experience. I ended up back in San Jose anyway. Went to San Jose City College. Go Jaguars. I did not have enough credits to transfer to a four-year college, so I went to San Jose City and ran cross country. This is just before the start of a race at Crystal Springs in San Mateo. Eventually, I made my way to San Jose State. Go Spartans. Got a degree in psychology and philosophy. Interesting to study, but it's not going to open up a lot of doors for you for employment unless you want to be a Catholic priest or a psychologist, neither of what interested me. Both my dad's brothers, my uncles, were attorneys in Ohio, so that inspired me to apply to law school. I ended up at Santa Clara University. Go Broncos. Third major challenge, the bar exam. I know I'm going to get a lot of sympathy from my fellow attorneys, but it was an 18-hour exam over 3 days, and I studied every day for 2.5 months, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., just took a break to go on a run. I still have occasional nightmares about the bar exam. How I met the girl that became my wife. Sounds like a TV show. While I was waiting for bar exam results, a friend invited me to his church. During the service, I noticed a very cute blonde sitting about 5 or 6 rows in front of me. After the service, I introduced myself. She said her name was Sandra, that she was a college student, and she mentioned she was interested in attending law school. So I showed up the next week with a couple of my old law school textbooks to try to impress her. In hindsight, I think she thought I was kind of weird. She definitely played it cool towards me and made me work for her attention. Later, she told me the moment that changed things for her was when we went on a run together. That's when she thought, hey, maybe this guy's not such a nerd after all. I don't know why, but she was really put off by my members-only jacket. That I wore slacks instead of jeans. My comb-over. And she said that I danced like Elaine from Seinfeld. Yes, I do look like a total dork. And I'm wearing slacks. So. But she thought to herself, this guy can't be so bad because he's got such a wonderful family. Much to my chagrin, that members-only jacket somehow disappeared from my closet. Here's Tim being affectionate with Sandra. Sandra did not want that picture in there. It took a lot of lobbying and peer pressure, but yes, I am quite the mover, I know. Let's just keep that up there for about another 10 minutes and just... That is a great picture. Here I am with my parents and Sandra at Santa Clara University for my swearing-in ceremony as an attorney. Yes, we were all young at one time. The fourth major challenge, starting my own law practice. Most of my relatives were self-employed. It suits me. I always chafed a bit working for others. even in the military, the ultimate bureaucracy. I've always preferred to be the captain of my own ship, to have the freedom to chart my own course. No one can pull the rug from underneath me. So with that said, I decided to quit my good-paying job as an associate attorney and start my own firm. I started with 2 clients. I worked from home before it was fashionable, met clients at the Pruneyard Tower office suites. Shortly after starting this adventure, I came to the realization that the timing was bad to start my own firm, and this may not have been such a good decision. Because 3 weeks after starting the firm, we found out that Sandra was pregnant with our second child, and our oldest daughter was just 2.5 years old. I was so stressed out. I would think, how are we going to make the house payment? Our kids are never going to be able to go to college. Occasionally, I would get the dry heaves. That stress motivated the heck out of me. I hustled like crazy for business. I had 3 to 4 lunch meetings a week for about 1.5 years. After Sandra got off work as a public accountant, we worked till midnight. Eventually, we became so busy that Sandra quit her job and handled all of the business aspects of our firm, in which she is an absolute superstar. In 9 months, I was making more money than my previous job. After 10 months, we rented offices and hired our first employee. After 2.5 years, we were able to purchase the building at 46 West Santa Clara Street. But for Sandra, our firm would not be what it is today. However, working with your spouse can be very challenging. You're together all the time, and you end up talking or complaining about work-related issues. Sometimes at work, Sandra would say to me on more than one occasion, "Don't talk to me like that. I am not your employee." Yikes. Don't piss off Sandra. Why I love Rotary. Rotarians are among the nicest people I've ever met. I'd like to be part of something bigger than myself and where things happen. The institution of Rotary is a beacon of light spreading goodwill and hope. The Rotary meetings are an oasis for me. I can have a very difficult morning at work, come to Rotary, have some fellowship, go back to work refreshed, energized, and in a good mood. Rotary is good for your health. Having strong social connections is linked to greater happiness and satisfaction. I've had great opportunities for friendship, 2 wheelchair trips to Mexico, to Vietnam to open a school, international conventions in Calgary, and in about 12 hours, I'll be on a flight to Taipei, Taiwan. But really, one of the best things about Rotary is it's just so much fun. Here's some fun or mildly interesting facts. I have 2 daughters. Jacqueline lives in New York City, works for a nonprofit called C40 Cities. Kristen lives in London with her husband and her 4-month-old daughter. I'm a member of the Order of Malta, a lay Catholic religious order that was established in the year 1113 to help the poor and the sick. Other Rotarians in the order are Mike Block, Vic Giacalone, and Art Carmichael. I've been on 3 service trips to Nicaragua. I've been on 8 pilgrimages with the Catholic Church throughout the world, most notably walking the Camino de Santiago in Spain. Replenishing the spirit, meditation. My day starts at about 5:15 a.m. To get myself centered for the day, I read and meditate on Scripture for about 10 minutes. On the way to work, I will listen to a podcast of the Catholic Mass. Before I go to bed, I will listen to a 10-minute sleep meditation examen to reflect on the different parts of the day, the good, the bad, and what could I have done better. Exercise relieves stress and gives me a sense of peace and well-being. Running. I've run 13 marathons, including Boston twice and the New York City Marathon. My first marathon, I ran in 3 hours and 2 minutes. I had to run under 3 hours to qualify for Boston. So 2 weeks later, I ran the Paul Masson Marathon in Saratoga, a very hilly course, in 2 hours and 51 minutes. That's a 6-minute, 30-second pace per mile for 26.2 miles. I can't even run 1 mile at that pace now. When I was younger, when I ran, I would sometimes feel like my feet weren't even hitting the ground, like it was floating. Here's a picture of me finishing the Napa Marathon to qualify for another Boston. I had to run under 3 hours and 15, I believe. Because of swimming, because of running injuries, I now swim at the Almaden Quicksilver Masters program, 5 to 6 days a week, 6 a.m. to 7:15. We swim about 3,000 to 3,500 yards. I really love swimming. When I'm in the pool, I'm just staring at the bottom of the pool. Nobody just texted me. There's no phone calls. There's no problems to deal with. So it's just a great meditation. In conclusion, As I step into this new year as your president, it is with deep gratitude for the people and experiences that shaped me, and with an even deeper appreciation for the community I've found here. I'm honored to lead alongside you, to learn from you, and to continue building a Rotary Club of San Jose that reflects the very best of who we are. Thank you for trusting me with this role and for being such an important part of my story. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Come on up here. I'll take a picture with you. Oh, Tim Gill, folks. That was wonderful. Yes, Tim he's opened his home, his heart, and his wallet, and it's going to be a great year, and I'm very excited for it. Okay, before we head out, next week is second to last meeting of the Rotary year. As I said, we're going to have a focus on downtown. So we're going to hear from past President Carl Salas. We're going to hear from Aaron Salazar. We're going to hear from Kimberly Mulcahy, who's going to give us a fabulous update on our the Seeds of Peace Monument. So please put it on your calendar. Come on out for that meeting. And I'm going to lead us out today with another song that seems on tune or on point for us as we're winding out the year. It's Josh Turner, Your Man. And with that, our show is a wrap.